This is a Q&A written by the guides who call themselves the Andromedans. They're a collective from the galaxy, and I did not find out who they were. I thought it was my higher self for many years, and they finally revealed who they were. So they are the ones that have told me to start doing a Q&A with them and recording it. So this is what I'm doing. One question was asked, what happens if you do not clear all of your shadow work before you transition out of the body? And the response, what we would like to offer is that not all shadow work is necessarily meant to be completed in one lifetime. However, what your soul came in to achieve is to work out as close as possible its pre-planned blueprint. Your soul wishes to accomplish what it incarnated into in the physical, and its purpose is to finish what it set out to do. There's no pressure or forcing your choices and decisions, yet it is planned that your guidance system may nudge you along the way and keep you on track. Now, shadow work is a process that will require the awakening of the memory that has been hidden when you came into the world as an infant and hidden away for protection of the ego through certain fearful situations that fragmented the self. The darkness or polar side of you becomes whole through integration of the light. To do shadow work takes great courage and awareness to remember who you are, and can result on how much light shining through or clarity will cast upon the choices you make, and in turn the timeline you choose to be on while you journey through life's lessons. When one can remember through its own intuition, this will be the first telltale sign that the soul is on the right path. Everything begins to open up. As a soul walks the path and experiences the polarity of negative and emotional situations, this is a sign to remember who is responsible for creating this reality instead of falling victim to circumstance. As the saying goes, a man with no inner life is a slave to circumstance, is accurate. The soul comes in knowing that it will sooner or later align with intersection points in its life path, and this will require one to go within and look for the internal root cause of any painful experience, especially before making a decision. Without the understanding, a decision may seem to be made for you by the illusion of happenstance. An intersection point in life is a special occurrence of change that can be brought about by many situations of significant importance. It is a choice point, like an in-between of two paths, and whatever you choose can change one's life forever. Many intersection points are pre-planned in the soul's blueprint. This is a part of the shadow work. When one can clear as much shadow the soul is set out to clear in all ethereal bodies, the physical material reality begins to clear, as well as heal. When one transitions with unfinished accomplishments the soul had chosen to face in a certain incarnation, all is well, and it can be worked on in the spirit realm or in the dimension it chooses that fits the appropriate situation. More on that later in part 2. At the same time, the soul in the afterlife will see the shadow in some form that is not surfaced in the physical. This can go unrecognized and cause the energy to match similar emotions that this unresolved issue brings forward to be faced in different forms in the ethereal. This is why the soul does plan to incarnate with its own blueprint as a guidepost to work through. As one does follow its soul's blueprint, it begins to reveal itself, and the memories are able to return, if it be cognitive or by the flow and synchronicities of life. Part 2 coming next.